are back, ladies and gents, boys and girls, to another episode of P.V.P. I am your host, Project Vega. We are back. Project Vega podcast is back to episode 17, and here we go. And today is November 8th, 2021. It is Monday, start of the week. Hope everybody's Monday went by pretty well. Mine is going by pretty nice, if I do say so myself. And I hope yours is doing good. If you're having a bad day, cheer up, nigga. It's going good. You got a long week. You got a long week ahead of you, man. It is good. Tough it out, because it has just started. And we got a long way to go. You can follow me at theprojectvega to get the latest news on when I'm going live next on a podcast, funny memes, stupid shit. Just go ahead and link will be in the description down below. If you are listening, it's on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher Radio. I literally have so many different platforms. I forgot which ones they're on, but it's on pretty much every major platform you can listen to. We go side note that one. Every major platform you can listen to this podcast on, it is there. It is available. Rate this shit 5 stars. Leave a like, comment, share it with a loved one. Oh my God, I can't speak. Share it with loved ones, and it will bring in new listeners, which means more listeners, brings in more content. The more content that is being produced, the more episodes that come out to you. So go ahead and drop that like, rate this shit 5 stars on Apple, everything. So move me up the algorithm, man, so we can get this going. And right now we gonna jump right into this fucking podcast episode, man. I hope y'all ready, because last time I put this week when I have put this podcast saying I'm making episode 17, leave a comment on what topics you would like to suggest, and this comes from user Hurricane Karina. She suggested me just throwing in a bunch of dad jokes in this episode, so we just fucking terrible dad jokes that are just great. I have them scattered throughout this fucking episode. We just gonna jump right into it, man, because you want to hear a joke about construction? Never mind, I'm still working on it. So oh, it's fucking stupid. Man. It's terrible. It's ridiculous. But you know what? I was like, fuck it. I ain't do that. So we gonna do them. Dad jokes are funny. Everybody loves a good dad joke. Everybody likes a good pun. Puns are funny. Dad jokes are even funnier because they're so stupid. But yeah, man. For this first section of the podcast, I wanted to talk about a little bit more of the serious side, even though it's coming right off a joke, but I don't really care. This is more of like the serious stuff that's been happening like the past week or two, month or two. It's just a bunch of stuff has happened since the last podcast. Not even 30 days. But the first one I definitely want to talk about it's the huge one that happened back in Vegas with the former Raiders wide receiver, Henry Ruggs. Dude was going 150 something miles an hour, above 150 something miles an hour, and has killed an innocent girl early morning. I think it was at 6:34 a.m. And he's killed an innocent girl and her dog, flying uncontrollably down a just regular street in 35, 45, whatever it is. He's just being careless, and he was intoxicated under some sort of influence. It could be alcohol, it could be weed, it could be anything. But doing that early, being stupid, and took her life and her dog. It was shocking to see that, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. What are they like? I've been following this story here and there, just trying to get just tidbits of it. Tidbits of it. And yeah, he is alive, of course, and she's passed away. And honestly, I don't like that at all. And seeing people he needs love, he needs support. No, he fucking doesn't. He needs to go to jail for the rest of his life with no way of bail out, nothing. he was careless with his decisions, with his actions. It was disgusting. Anybody who does that, just, you need to go to jail for the rest of your life. I don't care. You took somebody's life. If you would have just crashed into something being stupid and took your own life, hey, that's what you get. But no, you killing somebody innocently like that. And then he had a loaded firearm as well in the car. That's even worse. Doing like, you need to go. And then his bail was set at 150,000. Nah, that's not enough. Nah, 150 million. That'd be better. So you ain't getting out, and nobody wants to pay that shit. That's my thoughts on that. It was wild. It's fucking wild to just see that and have that young lady who was 23. I should have wrote down her name, completely forgot, but I'll put her name in the description below. But you know, yeah, it was just bad. It was just bad. No, fuck that. Hold on, let me just do that name now, because I'm gonna Rugs. Yeah, what was her name? I'm looking that shit up right now, actually. Prosecutors. Where's the name? Nah, I don't want to do that. All right, ESPN. Where's the lady's name? I'm on ESPN's website right now. Hold on, let me show y'all right here. If you're on the video version of the podcast, it will be up there. I'm on ESPN's website. Looking for that blood. 23 recording. Felony charges. I know this is probably terrible audio doing this, but you know what? I feel guilty not writing her name down. So we're going to do this live and actually get it right here. If it actually wants to show it. No? Okay, cool. People.com. Is this her? Nope, that's definitely not her. That's definitely not her. No one cares about his stats, bro. That's not even how you spell any runs. That's injury. Well, whatever, bro. It's just ridiculous to see that, you know. Oop, did not want to pull up that. Oh my gosh. Was that her? No, that isn't her. I thought it was some Hispanic girl. Yeah, it was her right here. TMZ comes in with the family of Tiana Turner. Tintor, I think that's how you pronounce her name. The woman killed was, yeah, Tina Tintor is her name. That's her name. Sorry, I know that was a terrible couple of minutes, but yeah, I wanted to get this shit live on the video version of the podcast. But that's her name. Family deserves all the respects, everything. My condolences out to that family. To the passing of her. Yeah, he needs to go to jail for the rest of his life. He don't need no sorrow. Anybody who supports him, you're fucking crazy. Anybody who's on his side in any part of this, you're fucking insane. It was his actions who did that. He had full control of himself. Take accountability. He does not need to. Nobody needs to feel sorry for this dude. No, that's why Raiders let his ass go. Literally right after. Not even what, 12 hours or some shit like that, 12, 24, less than that, let his ass go, because that's fucking ridiculous. And it's, you know, that's not the only thing. It was another guy, random gunman. It was also in Vegas as well, walked into a gas station and opened fire and killed somebody. This guy's name I did because I wanted to know who it was as well. His name was Curtis Abraham. Curtis Abraham was the man who got killed during that encounter, and I had looked up Curtis Abraham. I'll leave a link in the description of who he was and what he did, and that it just sucks to see someone who had so much going for him and who already had a lot going for him. Because he was not only a CEO, but a director. He was in the film industry. He was in all that, producer. I was like, are you kidding me? It was unfortunate. It was definitely one of those wrong place at the wrong time type of thing, but you don't expect somebody to just go off the wire and walk into a gas station and just open fire. Like, it's ridiculous to do all that. And to see that, I don't understand it. I do understand that sometimes you just get pissed to the edge, but like to go out and just murder other people it's not good. It's not good. It's just like, why don't you actually seek help instead of trying to take out other people, just creating an endless cycle of pain? It's stupid, dumb. And then the endless cycle of pain just doesn't end because Travis Scott, anybody who knows, it's all over the news. Travis Scott's Astroworld tour, 8 people killed, I think it was like 17 or something, like other people injured, like seriously injured and stuff like that. A bunch of people had to get resuscitated. There's a bunch of videos out there that are coming to light of what was going on, where that crowd thing, people getting trampled over, and it's just like, yeah, when you fall, if anybody's been to a festival or even just a mosh pit in general or anything like that, just people know. Even I knew this, and I wasn't like somebody back then, like years ago, who would like jump into mosh pits or anything like that until maybe like 4, 5, 6 years ago or whatever it is. It was just like, there's this like unwritten rule, but you just know if somebody falls, you pick them the fuck up. Like, it's just natural, because it's like, you fall, you're done. Like, you know you're about to something bad's about to happen if you not get up. You got to get up as fast as possible. If somebody falls, even if you don't know them, you pick them up. During that time, the Astroworld concert was it was insane. They had no control since the beginning, with videos that are surfaced of people just rushing the gates. Hundreds of people broke into that festival. Police couldn't do anything, the security couldn't do anything to stop it. They just forced their way in. And then the video guy, the people who were capturing the video, like the cameraman, and them standing up on there trying to scream for help, like, yo, this person needs help, they're dying, and they're not doing anything, tell them to get off. Staff not doing anything is ridiculous. And all the bodies, bro, it was bad. It was bad. It was not cool at all. Not cool, man. Every single one of those people, from age range from, I think it was like 14 to like 30 something, if I'm not sure, 40 something. 14-year-old boy. I understand he wanted to see Travis. At that point, it's like, bro, it wasn't worth it, man. A festival for a kid to be that age to be there, no, I don't think so. If it would have been more of like an indoor concert, like say if it would have been at like T-Mobile Arena or the Raiders Stadium or Cardinal Stadium, something like that, yes, bring them there. But a festival, nah, I don't think no kids should be there. It's just stupid in my opinion. It's just, I don't think any kid under the age of 18 should be there. That's just my opinion. I mean, 17, 18, you're cool, but like 14 is nah, bruh. Anybody who's 15 or below, not even 16, you should be there. 17 and 18 is okay, I guess, but 18 of course, but anything less than that shit, nah, you should not be there at all. And that kid should not have been there, because unfortunately, with that type of uncontrollable crowd, you could lose them just like that. And anybody who's been to a festival or just anything like that, you know what it's like being in the middle of that and the front. The pressure of bodies is insane. It's literally like just like you're in an ocean of bodies. It's just it's insane. As soon as just everybody goes this, because what was it, the day in Vegas, I remember I was like, I think it was like third or fourth like kind of row of bodies. We were that close to the stage. All I felt was just everybody went forward, and then the rappel came right back and sent everybody back, and so many people fell. But guess what? We all picked everybody up as quick as fucking possible, because what came after that, after everybody got pushed back, was it came right back. It's insane. It's a pressure you don't understand unless you actually experience it yourself. And it's not cool. Like, the gasping for air because it's just so packed and it's just you're being squished is insane. And that's what happened to that during that concert. Was exactly that times like 50. Basically, it was because people were just lack of oxygen, couldn't breathe, getting trampled. It was just a bunch of stuff, and a bunch of people needed CPR, resuscitation of all types. That's just all bad, bro. This is all bad. I know it started off grim, but I wanted to get that. I wanted to get that out the way first. I didn't want to leave it at the end. I wanted to get that out the way and then talk about everything else, because that a little bit more important than anything, honestly. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then Travis had came out and is deeply hurt or whatever it is what happened, but I was like, bro, you had the control. It's like, you could have stopped it. You could have easily stopped. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you couldn't fucking hear anything. It was just a bunch of people yelling, so you can make out any type of thing. So you just performed. But security could have easily told you, like, bro, like, stop, knock it down or something like that. If somebody could have stood up to you or something like that. But a bunch of different articles or something like that, and different people coming out saying they were security, and you just egg stuff on. So it is what it is. And unfortunately, it cost 8 lives for something like this to happen. So that's all I'm gonna talk about on that part. But I'm gonna just move on to the next little bit. And this is just a quick bit. We hadn't even started into the other shit. This is just the first part of this shit. Just because a lot of stuff has happened, but this next one is just kind of like a little funny light story, because it's just weird. When I was out with my boy, and we were at this, like, I don't even know what the hell it was. I guess you could say it's like a game bar, but also they had like some special like dispensary type thing where it's just like a bunch of companies came in and like had you like try a bunch of different shit. I took all their lanyards. I wanted all the lanyards. I didn't even care about all the other stuff, but they had like live music and all that stuff there. And then afterwards, when we were leaving, I think it was like almost like 1 a.m. or something like that, we were walking to the car, and there was this dude that was in front of us, and he was yelling, and he turned around and was just like, shut the fuck up. And me and my boy, we looked at each other like, the hell is this dude on? And he's sitting there yelling and walking away, and then he turns around and he's pretending to shoot, like, bah, 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 bah. And we slowed down, like, what the fuck is this dude on? Like, because our car is like not even that far from him, like maybe like 40 feet further in front of him, that we still need to go this way. And this guy is like, so we slowed our little pace down, but it was just like, if he tried to run up, I was ready. I was definitely ready. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not gonna that crackhead, bro. It could be a life or death situation with that type of shit. I don't play that. But he continues walking, and on the other side, like, there's live music behind us, and then on the other side there's like this Mexican like club or whatever it is playing live music as well, outside, and it's loud and stuff. And as we get closer, this dude, after being like so pissed off about something, I don't know what the fuck it was, after being so mad and angry, he just breaks out and starts dancing, just doing his little jig and stuff like that. And I was just like, I just chopped it up. I'm like, he a crackhead, let's move to the car, let's get the fuck out of here. we just gonna move it, chop him up as a crackhead, we gotta go. Like, I already called him a crackhead at first, but as soon as that happened, I'm like, yeah, complete 180 of emotions. We're out, let's go. And when we pull away, like, he went from the backside of the place, and not even that far, to when we get to the front and we about to go, he's at the front. I'm like, what the fuck? This dude just teleported. It made no sense whatsoever how he did that. I'm like, bro, the powers of a crackhead are just extraordinary. That's all I gotta say. The powers of a crackhead are extraordinary. And that guy was on something that night, and I don't know what it was. So he was just too fucked up, is what I gotta say. He was too fucked up. Some weird dude, bro. There's some weird shit out here in Arizona. I've seen a lot of weird shit already, and that was just the one. That was just the one of many that I've seen. But he was the funniest of them. A lot of other ones just like, all right, bro, I'm gonna just keep on moving. But yeah, that's funny. It was funny. It was just funny shit. Facebook, speaking. Facebook is now changing its name to the Metaverse. Well, they're coming out with Metaverse, but they're changing their name to Meta, and that will take effect in December, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, December 4th, somewhere around there. That's when they're changing their name. I don't know how I think about it. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. The only thing I could think of was the way they were explaining it. Mark Zuckerberg was Ready Player One. That's the only thing I can think of. As soon as I like the Oasis coming live, like that's all I can think about. I'm like, I mean, if they could do it, that's some money, bro. If you could do it correctly, as well, like just regular VR, bro. I don't know. Maybe it just all depends. But you gotta make it more accessible. The reason why it was so accessible in Ready Player One is because it was cheap and everybody could just join in and then just put real money transactions into it and the accounts. That's why it works so fucking well. Like, you can do that same thing and bring it to the masses. Yeah, it's gonna fucking thrive. It's gonna thrive if you can make that shit like, I don't know, maybe less than $100 or $100. Yeah, fuck yeah, it'd go crazy. It was stupid. Yeah, he'd be good. And speaking of money, what's his name? Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Yeah, he's on track to becoming the first trillionaire. First ever world's first trillionaire, which is great. And this dude was getting backlash of that. I'm like, it's not his fault for getting, like, he's just capitalizing on it. He's doing what he needs to. It's like, who cares? People saying there doesn't need to be a trillionaire, doesn't need to be billionaires, doesn't need to be this. It doesn't need to be a lot of fucking shit, but there is. It's reality. It's fucking accept it and move on. Stop complaining. Get some money. Stop being a bitch. Where was I on that? Yeah, he's the first to be on it, and the United Nations called him out saying something along the lines of, I'm just paraphrasing, don't quote me on this, but along the lines that he could end world hunger with X, Y, and Z or some shit like that. And then he called them out and put them on some bullshit, and he was just like, give him the actual numbers or whatever it is to end world hunger, and he will pay for it. But it had his condition, it had to be open accounting, so people could see where the money is actually going, which is 100% correct. Because if he was just to do that, they would take like all of it and then wouldn't do shit. They'd probably be like, oh, we gave $1 million to end world hunger. Yeah, but where's the other 310 million? Like, come on now. Or 310 billion or something. I think it was $1 million or somewhere around there to end world hunger. But it had to be open accounting so people could actually see where the money is going, which is good. It's 100%. I would support that in every other way. If I was him, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have said the exact same thing. I'm like, if you really want to, show me where it is. And this is the United Nations. He's calling them on the bullshit. Like, shut the fuck up and actually present the fucking shit instead of just talking out your ass. So, and he'll do it. Just as long as they do what they need to do and actually present everything accordingly and actually could get the numbers correct. Because without it, then fuck, you just all talk. Shut the hell up. And speaking of money, again, crypto doing its thing, bro. It's to this day right now, I think it's like as we speak, it's at like 65k, 65.7. Oh, never mind. It's at 66. All right, it's going higher. I mean, it was just at 65 like an hour ago before it just broke 66. By the time this podcast comes out, I mean, it's gonna be out earlier today, the audio version, but the video version is probably gonna be out a couple more days. But yeah, it'll probably either be higher or right around it. Maybe it fucking gets rejected off all-time high and drops to like 62 again or even 60. But you know, it's gonna go. it's ready, and hopefully y'all been listening to the podcast and investing in some shit and just holding shit going. It's time to. Greatest transfer of wealth is about to arrive. Y'all think these people just getting lucky? No, because some people getting fucking lucky just by investing in meme coins, but I'm talking about the other shit that's been already out. But that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that. Crypto is doing its thing. I love it. I love every bit of it. I also even seen the stock market. I checked out the stock market. I think it was like a couple days ago. I was like, oh shit, it's been moving too. I have not been paying attention to the stock market whatsoever, but I had just checked it the other day, and I was like, okay, it's been moving too. That's good. That's it's a good thing, but also a bad thing at the same time, because inflation and all that other bullshit that could be. Yeah, that's a story for another day. But yeah, money. Get your money up. Oh my god. That's just get your money up. That's all I can say. I asked a French guy what game systems he has, and he said Wii. Oh my god. We're gonna move on to the next section of the podcast. We gonna move fast. We gonna jump into movies. We got some movies to talk about, because I probably should say spoiler alert. Yeah, I'm gonna say spoiler alert, because we know I don't really give a fuck. We gonna talk about, we got a couple movies to talk about. First one I'm gonna talk about Dune. That one, reason why I'm gonna talk about Dune, I finally seen Dune. I know it's already been out for a while, so it's like I could say spoiler alert, but the rest of them is gonna be spoiler alert still. Dune, voice crack like a bitch. Dune? Let's talk about it. So I have not read any of the Dune books. I have not seen any of the old shit for Dune. So I jumped into Dune just like not knowing anything, but it looked very cool. It looked intriguing. I was curious. I wanted to see it. I heard a lot of mixed emotions and a lot of mixed reviews from it, so I wanted to check it out myself. And honestly, I still cannot explain Dune. I can't give you the story premise because I don't understand it. I still don't fucking understand it. So I'm gonna give you a summary of what I think it is, the best of my abilities to what my interpretation of the movie was, and bring it to you guys. Because Dune was weird. So I still don't even understand what type of. It's a futuristic universe with like different galaxies involved and different species of humans and other species, alien life in the universe. And yeah, this is gonna be probably the worst review / explanation of a movie, because I don't fucking stand the goddamn movie, dude. It was so, all I know is what had happened, like what had transpired was these people, they come from the ship lands or whatever it was. The ship lands and they walk up to the house of the house of something. I forgot what the fuck the house it was, but it was like the main character of the main dude, his father, the kid and the father. This is fucking terrible. I don't care. Rate this shit 5 stars, leave a like, do all that shit. Oh my god, you're probably so confused. I am too, because that's how confused I was. But all I know is these people came down in a ship, came out and had a scroll and basically read them saying, look, these are our demands. You're about to be our bitch. You either accept it or die, basically. And the house was just like, in order to continue to grow and prosper, we accept. Okay, cool. You didn't put him no fight at all. Just he accepted. Okay, he went and signed it and this, that, and the third. And then him and his family got shipped off to this spice world that is used for interstellar travel and is basically the most valuable thing in the entire universe. And then I guess they got betrayed by somebody. I was watching it with some friends, and the girl, she's seen all this and tried to explain it best to me. And what had happened was, it was the emperor or the imperial fleet or wherever it is betrayed them, and it trying to kill them all off. And this is just part 1 of the series. I guess it's a 2 or 3 parter. And like it was a lot of story and buildup of a lot of stuff, but there was a lot of foreshadowing in the thing. So they kept going back and forth and back and forth, and then he kept seeing visions from a dream. He kept seeing Zendaya, and bruh, I was so confused. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like, I would understand if you had like maybe one vision or something like that, and then you kind of like accidentally stumble across her, but you kept seeing her until we actually saw her towards the end of the movie, like the last 30 minutes of the movie. And the movie's like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So it's like, it was weird, bro. Honestly, I really can't rate this thing. I don't even know what the fuck to give it. So I'm just gonna give it a fat ass question mark, because it was like, what the fuck? I have no idea what this movie, I still don't understand what this, even just trying to re-explain it just made me even more confused. I'm actually kind of upset about that. That's how. Visual effects though, the visual effects, I will say, fucking amazing. Probably by far out of every, like, besides like Guardians of the Galaxy and like some like really good Marvel movies, the visual effects, dude, that is some top tier visual effects. That shit was amazing. Like, I would just go back just to see just those visual effects, or probably look up a YouTube video and just see all those. That's it. Like, shave that 2 hour and 30 minute movie down to like maybe 10 minutes, if that, and that is all. I would just love that. You know, that's actually very bad to say. I mean, that's how the movie made me feel. It's because I would take out all that other shit and just throw it away and just put that, and I'm like, this movie's nice, or this short film is great. Just because it was weird. I don't know, man. I really don't know. So we just gonna chop it up as a question mark and move on to the next one, the next movie, which is on Netflix. And this one I can't explain. This one's actually pretty good. And I would actually encourage people to actually watch this one if you haven't already. It's called Army of Thieves on Netflix. It's I guess you could say a prologue, or the step before the bad movie that I talked about in a previous previous podcast, Army of the Dead. The one, the Army of the Dead was fucking terrible, in my opinion. It was terrible. It was funny. It was like cheap and all this other bullshit. And what it was, and what this is, it's a continuation. Like, it's what happened first before it got to Army of the Dead. And what the Army of Thieves is, a girl gets these people together who are great at what they do. And the guy who cracks the safe, who was in Army of the Dead, is in the first one. And she finds him on YouTube talking about the 4 greatest safes that are the hardest to crack in the entire world, that are being used for high-end people who are like really rich to hide their money in and stuff like that. And he knows a way to like kind of crack them, but they're all theories and just things of him guessing, because he's never actually put it to the test, until she comes and grabs him and brings him to this warehouse to where they battle like a bunch of like lock pickers battle out to see who's the quickest out of every single one of them. And of course he wins. They bring him to the safe house, whatever it is, to get that whole thing going. And at the same time, they're planning the heist in a matter of 3 days. I think it was 3-4 days. Like it was a short time span that they had to pick each and every single lock to these great safes that were actually extremely hard to find, but apparently they found every single one. So that's the one thing I didn't understand. I think they explained why, but I think I missed it. It just blew past me, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna chop it up to where they just have the best location, GPS location in the world. And they're being chased by the cop, and the cop is trying to capture all of them, even though the whole time the main lockpicker, whatever it is innocent. Not really, he's still a part of the crime. It's guilty by association. It doesn't fucking matter. But they're going and picking all these locks and get betrayed. He gets betrayed after, I think, the second heist. After the second heist, he gets betrayed by the team member because he's jealous that his girl is being taken by the guy who picks the locks, and she's liking him more than the other dude, just because the guy's a dick anyways. It's just one of those macho dickheads. He kind of looked like, what was it, no, not Zac Efron. He almost looked like Hugh Jackman. Like, he could have played a Hugh Jackman. I'm not even gonna lie. He could have played a good Hugh. I don't even know. Is he Hugh Jackman's brother? Does he even have a brother? I don't know. He looked like Hugh Jackman. So I'm just talking about as a little Hugh. I'm gonna call him Little Hugh. Little Hugh is just a little asshole in the movie, and he gets mad because the two girls left him to go help the lock picker to try to because he escaped. He got lucky. He almost got caught by the cops, but he escaped. I know I'm all over the place with this movie, but I'm just talking. We're not in order in this fucking bitch, in this fucking podcast. We just talk. And I almost lost my train of thought. Yeah, they left the group because they felt she didn't like the way that he had let him go during that heist, so she felt guilty, so she left. And then the other girl left because she didn't like Lil Hugh, because Lil Hugh was an asshole. And then the driver, he was just doing his thing. He's like, "You really doing this?" He was like, "Yeah." And then it became almost like a free-for-all. Whoever could do the lock picks first pretty much wins and gets the money. Of course, the main characters are going to get there first, but it wasn't that bad. It was just to chop it all up. Honestly, the movie was good. The story was good. The action was good. I like the fact that it actually continued on into Army of the Dead, because towards the end of the movie, it actually plays the first part of the Army of the Dead, where they go into the laundromat or the diner or whatever it is, and actually meets up with him, which was actually pretty cool. What would I give this movie? Probably an 8. Honestly, I'd probably give it an 8. I'd give it a solid 8. I'll give it a solid 8. I'll give it a solid 8. It was not bad. There were some parts where it was just like cool, but I'd give it a solid 8. Would I watch it again? Absolutely. I would definitely watch it again if it's ever on or something like that. If I ever catch it, like, it's not something I'd change. I'd be like, this is actually pretty good. It was interesting enough. And I would recommend people watching that. It's definitely something I'd catch. It's called Army of Thieves. So it was definitely good. It was a better movie. What's the movie I'm trying to say? Yeah, better movie than the Army of Thieves. Better movie than Army of Thieves. Better movie than Army of the Dead. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. So yeah, I give it a solid 8. Another big movie. This one, spoiler alert. Marvel's Eternals. And what I gotta say about this first is, when Rotten Tomatoes came out with their reviews saying they give it like a 68 or some shit like that, like it was a low score, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, are they tripping? Like, what's the reason why they gave it that? It's justified. It's absolutely justified. Like, I love Marvel movies and I love all that shit, but this one was fucking tough. This one was tough, bro. I'm gonna just say the score now. I give it a 7.5 at best, and that's being generous. It's really like a 7, if that. That's why it's like a 68. Like, it's at best, if you're just trying to be generous, you give it a 7.5. Nah, bro, it's really like a 7. And I could explain. The reason why this movie is what it is because it felt like Justice League. To me, it felt like Justice League, where they're trying to throw so much information at you and trying to cram a lot of shit together into a small time frame. And it doesn't really get you to connect with a lot of the characters in the thing. I mean, I kind of was able to with who is it? The girl who speaks sign language only. I forgot what her name is. But there's Angelina Jolie who plays Athena. There's fucking old boy that looks like who looked like Bucky. What is his name? I forgot what his name is, bro. I don't really give a fuck. But yeah, it's like they're pretty much like the Greek gods, basically. Perseus, not Perseus. What's the one dude's name? Who's the messenger? Who's like the runner? I forgot what his name is. Not Perseus. Fuck. What is his fucking name, bro? It's gonna piss me off. But anyways, he's the main, like him. And then the one guy who was the pretty much the creator, who like does all the designs. I liked him a lot. I also liked I didn't really like the little girl. I did like the Celeste, I think her name is. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know, shit, whatever her name is, but the cute Asian girl. I liked her. And then I liked I didn't really like the dude who could control minds. Like, even though his shit was justified like a little bit, but still, there was no free will at that point. Which he understood that towards the end of the movie. Actually, not even towards the movie. It was towards the middle or beginning. He understood that's why he didn't do it. I know I'm all over the place with this movie, but the movie was just too much. It was too much at once. It was cool seeing these Celestials though, and how they're created. And the way that they were created is by literally destroying planets that have intelligent species on them. And what the job of the Eternals are for them to go to a planet that has intelligent species, grow them at a extreme rate of pretty much in terms of population, and with that there's a celestial like egg, you could say, that's in the middle of the core of the planet that feeds off that, and then once it's ready, it causes the celestial to break out of the planet, which ends everything on that planet. All life is destroyed, and with that one celestial allows it to create billions more galaxies and billions more stars and all that other stuff, from just that one, sacrificing billions of fucking people versus creating billions more life. So it's just like a wait out, and the whole mission of what this Eternals was that, until they found out the truth and they wanted to stop it. Some wanted to stop it. It was a internal conflict, as well as with the deviants as well. So it was basically like a 1v1v1v1, like a pretty much just 1v1v1 basically, but it's just a bunch of like infighting and different goal points, different movements. Angelina Jolie did her thing though. She did her thing. She getting older. It sucks, but I like that they had Angelina Jolie in there. She did her thing. Excuse me. As well as man, what was her name? The main girl. Was that Salma Hayek? I'm pretty sure that was Salma Hayek. I think that was Salma Hayek. Yeah, she played the main girl. I know I'm butchering these fucking names, but I don't really give a fuck. She played the main girl, and she died by the Eternal who was supposed to be on her side, but he betrayed her and killed her to the deviants, and they sucked out her power. And the Celestials are pretty much the Celestials. They're good, but they're not at the same time. They're just doing what they can to continue life. That's all it is, to continue to grow the universe and expand it. They're just doing their job. That's really it. And the Eternals, every time a new Celestial is born, they wipe their memories, so they don't understand what happened previously. And that's why they don't try to like fight back and to do all these other things, which is cool, and then not at the same time. And with the humans, what happened as to why the Celestial wasn't born earlier is because they referenced Thanos. Thanos raised half of the universe, so it slowed the progression of what had happened until, you know, they brought them all back, and then it sped it back up, and they had a week's time And then come to find out, when it became the week's time, we knew about it 6 days later. Which, it was, I don't know, man. This movie was just all over the place. It was just too much. I wouldn't even say, I'm not even gonna go any further with explaining it because it's just taking too long. It don't give a fuck. You're probably all tuned out at this point, but yes, I would say see this movie when it comes out on Disney Plus, not in the movie theaters. Fuck that. Save your money. It's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it, and it got the score that it deserved. And does it deserve a second movie? I don't think so. If it's going to do a second movie, it needs to be like Thor, with Thor and the Hulk. Like, it needs to have that balance between people we know and the new people for it to be good. Like Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel. Like, there needs to be that inner dynamic with like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange with the just something like that to really get it going to be good, is what it needs. Like Eternals by itself, fuck no, it doesn't need that. Their mission now is to go find out more Eternals, but I think they're gonna turn back. It's a lot of bullshit. And then I stayed for both end credits because there's two of them. The first one was just they found another Eternal found them, and then the second one was the boyfriend of the girl, the hot Asian girl, was somebody. I don't even know who the fuck he was. He was some knight, I guess. I don't fucking know. I must have missed it. I don't read comics like that, so I don't know. Somebody else knows, but I don't know. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Just chop it up to a 7, and then we're just gonna go on from there, because we're gonna talk about an actual movie that's actually interesting, and the new My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission. That was a better movie. And quite frankly, Army of Thieves was a better movie than Eternals. I was more interested in them, those two, than what the Eternals was. It was a disappointment in my opinion for that one. But My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission, great movie. If you fuck with anime, definitely go see this movie, or wait until it comes out on Funimation streaming platform. Movie's great. Deku learning, still being, he's boss with his black whip. Bakugo with his fucking banter. Todoroki still trying to be good to himself and good balance. And then just the way everything was. The movie, in my opinion, was more serious. This movie was more serious than the other two. The other two movies, they were, of course, they were serious, but you didn't really feel the weight of the seriousness of what they needed to do and what type of mission, because, you know, they not only had, I guess, All Might, but like the previous movie, Bakugo and Deku shared All for One or One for All, whatever it was, to take him down, and like you were able to still, you know, be cool. And then the first one they had All Might, but this one was just, it was just really on them. It was just the kids to really take on what this evil was, because the entire world was basically on fire. They attacked simultaneous areas because they were worldwide, and everybody was spread thin. Nobody could go help somebody else. It was just, you had to handle your shit. We need to find these bombs. We got to get them the fuck out of here. And Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki, you know, they were doing their thing, but then Deku got accused of killing, you know, innocent people, and it turned into this whole like 180 thing. When like the cops showed up, they were aiming, and Deku's like, yo, hold up, you got the wrong person, wrong guy. And then, you know, he runs, and then Deku runs after him, and they start shooting. And it was just like, and then next thing you know, he's on the news, wanted. And then everybody's like, yo, what the fuck did you do, bro? And he's like, I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? Like, it was some serious shit. This movie was more serious. The action was really good. Now that I think about it, at first, I didn't think this movie was that good compared to the other ones, but now that I think about it, it's just as good. It's just, this one was just a little bit more serious. It actually had more weight, because we almost lost all 3 of them. We almost lost a lot of people, actually. Like, even though we're not gonna lose Deku, but this nigga was close to dying. Bakugo was close to dying, and I mean, if you know, you know. Todoroki was close to dying. Homeboy that was with Deku the entire time, We almost lost him. Like, we almost lost a fuck ton of people. Like, they almost died, and it was just like, yo, if they would, honestly, if my hero would have took that route, I'd have been like, oh shit, they pulling the Walking Dead, bro. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Who's dying next? Let's go. Let's get it. But yeah, it was nice. I like the movie. I will definitely be getting that movie when it comes out. I liked it. What would I give it as an anime movie? An 8.5 at best. 8.5 at best. It was good. Definitely entertaining enough. And with that being said, why do cows wear bells? Because they can't use their horns. That's fucking terrible, bro. That's fucking terrible, bro. Fucking terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Oh man, I don't know why, but y'all probably like, really it came out of nowhere. Yeah, it did come out of fucking nowhere. It's fucking terrible. It's a dad joke. They come out of nowhere all the time. So we just gonna chop it up and move to the next section. This is the gaming section. For gaming, I want to mention I've actually been streaming a lot more on YouTube, and I will be streaming more, which I did say as we come to like the holidays. We got Forza Horizon like right around the corner, which I think tonight drops, which I will be streaming that and playing that. Game looks fucking beautiful. It's been getting hella good reviews. Like, for racing games, Need for Speed is definitely one that I like the most, of course, and Forza Horizon. Those are probably the only two racing games that I like in terms of car racing. I don't really give a fuck about the realism of Gran Turismo and all that other bullshit. Like, as long as the game's fucking fun and I can do what I want, like, that's me. Chop it up, boom, I'm there. So Forza Horizon and not Grand Theft Auto. I don't really care for Grand Theft Auto. Forza Horizon and Need for Speed, those two. But yeah, I've been streaming a lot more on both of those. Check me out, link will be in the description for that. Great news, and I also said this on Twitter. It was like, God of War is coming to PC. It was actually one of the most bought fucking pre-ordered things in a while, from what that article said. God of War is coming to PC, and I was like, yo, these Sony people are probably punching the fucking air right now. I already knew everything was coming to PC, because when I saw all that shit during that last Sony press conference or whatever it is, and everything said PC basically at the bottom of the thing, I was like, there's no need to get a PlayStation whatsoever. And honestly, it's just like, when that PlayStation 5 Pro comes out, I might not even get that. Like, of course I'm gonna stick with the fucking Xbox and PC. That's really it, because Microsoft is just all over the fucking place. It's just, you can play it on your fucking phone, you can play it on your fucking computer, you can play it on a fucking console, you can play it on a fucking iPad. Literally, you can play it wherever the fuck. It's Xbox Play Anywhere initiative that they started years back. It's there. So yeah, there's no real reason for it. But God of War is coming to PC. I will be playing that. Just can't wait, honestly. I've been wanting to play fucking God of War. I still have what's that one? Horizon, not Forza Horizon, but Horizon Forbidden West, with Aloy. I think that's a Horizon. I think that's the name of it, but whatever it is, I have that. But God of War is gonna be next, and also coming this week in 5 days or 4 days, Battlefield 5's is it Battlefield 5? Battlefield 2042 is early access. It starts this week. A lot of early shit is coming out. Can't wait for that, because after that the game drops itself. Everybody's gonna be on that. I'm gonna be on that for a time being, because what comes out afterwards is gonna be even better, and it's called Halo. Because Halo, man, campaign looks incredible. The story looks incredible. I'm about to be drawn into this bitch. I'm probably about to fucking cry during this motherfucker. Bro, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna just be so happy just playing that fucking game. The gameplay looks sick. The fucking controls look good. Craig is back. He looks better than ever. I can't wait to see Atriox. I can't wait to put my fucking foot in his goddamn mouth and fucking bash his skull in, bro. Because ever since Halo Wars 2 is, because that's when he was introduced. Which I did play Halo Wars 2. Halo just, yeah, when when I first saw the fucking trailer, like I didn't record my first reaction because it would have been even better, but when I saw it first, bro, I fucking cried. I was like, this is fucking beautiful. This looks fucking amazing. I can't wait. My anticipation and just excitement is up on like 12, fuck 10, because it's on, I mean, fuck 12 too. It's on 20, bro. It's on 20, bro. It's up there, bro. It is. Can't wait. I can't wait, and I know you can't wait for people who actually care. But Halo, man, Halo's right around the corner. I'm excited. We got less than a month. We got exactly a month, because it comes out next month on the 8th as well. So there's 11/8. We got 12/8. So we're right here. I'll probably do a video afterwards, but Elden Ring, they did some gameplay. I haven't seen it yet, so I'll probably watch it after this and, you know, do something separate on the side, but I can't really chop it up or talk about it too much because I can't even see it. But Elden Ring had its gameplay, like an early showing of what it looks like. And then Saints Row had a pre-alpha footage, which that game comes out in February. That game does not look ready. It needs some more time in the oven, bro. It needs a Halo treatment. There were some things that I saw that I did like, and there was a lot of things that I didn't like. Honestly, it looks too cartoony. The thing about Saints Row and what it was, and that I hate that they strayed so far from it, about 1 and 2. Saints Row 1 and 2 was about the gangster shit, hood shit. That's what made Saints Row poppin'. That's what made that shit poppin', bro. That's what made it heat. That's what made it fire. Before they started going into all this other bullshit with the cartoony shit and this like extra fun, stupid shit. That's what they're aiming for, and cool. It's, I guess, but y'all need to go back to your roots. That's what I thought they were gonna do, but nah. But it was called pre-alpha gameplay footage, and I'm like, if it drops in February and it's November and it looks like that. Whew. I'm not wasting my money on that game. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna let somebody else do that shit. If it's on Game Pass, I got Game Pass, I'll probably do that, but nah, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna do that shit. It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. They need more time with that game. They need a lot more time with that game. But that's all I really gotta say about the gaming section of the podcast. Short, but you know, just wanted to mention all those little quick tidbits. Why did the skeleton cross the road? Because he had no guts. In this last section of the podcast, the anime section of the podcast. And it's quick. I ain't gonna really go too deep into it. Like, I was like, you know, I don't even want to talk too much about this. I'm just make it quick. It's only 2 things I wanted to mention, just because of the last 2 episodes that have dropped for 86. Latest episode of 86 that dropped. I was behind 2 episodes, but then I just watched them before I hit record. 86, man. Still great, still fucking great. The story's still great. It's still capturing me. It's still holding me. I need to know what happened to Major, because the last thing I know is they attacked the Republic. The Republic is being just fucking ransacked right now. Hopefully she's still alive. We need to know what happens. I need to know what happens to her, because that was our girl, bro. She was doing what she can. She said, I'm about to get everybody, all hands on deck. We're gonna have to protect the Republic. We're gonna need what we gotta do. And yo, them motherfucking things came through and destroyed everything. Like, y'all thought y'all were safe in this like perfect little paradise and stuff like that. These motherfuckers was drunk, not paying attention. She took action to try to prevent as much damage as possible, which I'm pretty sure, like, she saved a lot of lives, but she didn't save everybody. She couldn't save everybody because, you know, everybody's a fucking lazy fuck in that place. She was the only one who cared at that time. But yeah, 86, still great, still going strong. Cannot wait to the next episode. And then this latest episode of Jobless Reincarnation, episode 17. This one was probably my favorite episode out of all of them. I would probably say that. I'm not 100% sure because I probably have to rewatch a lot of them, but this episode was great. Reason being because there was no perverted shit in it at all, and I loved it. It was called episode 17 Reunion. It was reunion between the father and son. It was reunion between the son, father, the son, the Holy Spirit, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because the episode 16, the last interaction we saw was Rudis and his father. His father didn't approve of what was happening, what he went through, and he was yelling at him. He didn't like it. They fought in a bar, and then this one was just more of like the makeup, more wholesome scene for them to be able to come together and actually try to plan things out, hash things out, talk over everything, and you know, get things done. And this was more, it felt a lot better character development between the two. Even showed the main character who got, you know, reincarnated. It even showed him growing from his last past experiences that he did with his friend back when he was still alive. Him growing from that and learning from his mistakes as well, and then coming together. It's like, it was a lot of good. It was just a bunch of good, and just made me more interested and it made me like the anime even better than before, because I already liked it. Of course there was, you know, I have my gripes about some of the stuff, but it's just like there was, and it's only like a small portion of it, which I've already mentioned. Like, it's like there's some times it's like, yo, you didn't even fucking be perverted with that part. It's like, come on now, just stick with the story. And like, if this thing was more like what that was, dude, this shit would probably be one of the best ones. It'd be solid. You would hear this shit be talked about more than you would hear people talk about like fucking My Hero Academia or even Demon Slayer and shit like that, just because this shit is actually very fucking good. But yeah, that's really all I gotta really just spit about that part. Jobless Reincarnation, check that one out. That one is definitely one I'd recommend. It's good. And that's really all I gotta say about the anime section of the podcast, which is the last part. And honestly, hope you guys, thank you. Oh my god, I could not talk. Hope you guys like the podcast. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, rate this shit 5 stars. Thank you for listening to the end. If you have made it this far, in the comment section of YouTube, put in the comments for the algo, and that will let me know that you made it all the way to the end to the podcast, while you were either, you know, let this shit run in the background while you studying, or, you know, just listening in on a car ride or some shit like that. Rate the shit 5 stars. Thank you, and I will catch you motherfuckers on the next one. Peace.